Across Nigeria, many citizens who troop to their wards to collect their permanent voters cards, PVCs, have expressed fears that they may not be able to vote during the next month's presidential election, and other polls saying that getting our PVCs has become a tug of war. Despite INEC calling on Nigerians to go and collect their PVCs, many say that the Commission has not made the process easy for them.
This morning, we'll be speaking to some Nigerians who have collected their PVCs and we have them share their experiences with us. We have joining us this morning live from Apapa, Lagos, Blessing Obi. She's a chef and a teacher. She's a Nigerian with her PVC. Good morning, Blessing, and thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right, away from Blessing, the chef and the teacher, let's talk about our next guest who's joining us. His name is Prince Uche Festus. He's a talent manager, hospitality consultant, and a politics enthusiast. Let me quickly add that Prince has also collected his PVC, which is why he's here this morning. Thank you very much for joining us, Prince.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right, so we know that it's been a really arduous task getting PVC for some Nigerians, but want to find out. We'll start with you, Prince. Please share with us, what was your experience getting your PVC like?
Oh, okay. I would say it's not as difficult as most Nigerians make it look. Yeah, because I did collected my hair in my state, Igbere, to be precise, and on getting to my polling unit, which is 002. Yeah, I saw the INEC guys and I saw people out there to get their card, and it was seamless. Yeah, it was really seamless in the sense that they had 3 persons on ground who would check different polling units and help you to get your card and all of that. So the exercise wasn't really as tedious as I expected or as most Nigerians made it to look. So that's my first experience.
Well, I'm not sure if, when you say it's not as difficult as, Nigerians made it seem, I think everyone has had, their own peculiar experiences. I've been there 6 times and I've not been able to get mine. And I also, know what it looks like for a lot of people who are there, who have to come, to the local government office or to the ward every day or every other day to try and get there. So your experience, may have been smooth. Let's hear from Blessings. Blessing, how was your experience?
So I usually went on a Saturday to my polling unit. It was very close to my house. I think my neighbor had alerted me that they're giving out PVC close to our house. So I went there and it was just 10 persons. It was a very seamless process, but I noticed I was the only young person there. Every other person were aged. So they just asked for, what's it called now? They asked for the registration slip, and it was easy. So with the registration slip, they have every number registered, right? So they have this little packs of voters card they kept. So once you tell them your registration slip, they look for it and then sort out there. So it was a 3-minute interval thing, so it didn't waste time at all. It was really seamless. I was even surprised because I was expecting to queue and wait for a very long time, but it was really seamless.
I'm very excited to hear this report from Blessing and from Duke, seeing that both of you are from different regions. Let's talk about the people. At the time that you went to collect your PVCs, there have been reports as to the participation and increased participation. What were some of the observations? And I'm going to start with you, Blessing, in terms of the women, the number of women that you saw, the number. You said you were the only young person. Let's talk about the gender. How much participation did you see from the men and from the women? Did you see more men? Did you see more women? We'd like to find out. And if you've heard in your vicinity what the participation statistics has been like.
Okay, like I said earlier, I was the only young person there, and it was really heartbreaking because I was expecting to see a lot of youth, since it's a Saturday and there's no excuse as far you went to work or thereabout. So it was more of the aged men, say men within the age range of 40 to 60. I even saw a man that was using clutches. Imagine somebody like that coming to collect his PVC, to show you how interested these people are in the coming election. So there was really no youth, and it was heartbreaking. And I think from my polling unit and from my area, I think more of the age bracket of 40 to 60 or 40 to 80 are with their PVCs. I know I asked most of my colleagues at work, have you gotten your PVC? Their excuses, oh, the process is always hard, yada, yada, yada. And I always try to, preach to them that, look, I got mine seamlessly. I don't think it's that hard. It's just maybe in some areas, but then where I stay, it's really easy to get your PVC. So, yeah, this coming election, the youth participation in terms of PVC collection is very, very low. I'll tell you that for free. And most of, in my polling unit, the number of PVC that are uncollected is way higher than those that have been collected. Because I saw like 10 boxes, and each of these boxes will contain probably 100 to 200 PVCs in them, and it's just heartbreaking.
Duke, let's also get your experience with people around you. Do you have a lot of people who have collected? What's the narrative like among young people like you in Abia State? Have they also been interested in getting their PVCs? And if no, what are their reasons?
Okay, yeah. So I would say it was really interesting to see that most people, most young guys are out there to pick their PVCs. Okay, so I happened to pick mine on a Monday, and unfortunately here in the East, every Monday you don't go to businesses and all of that. So I think it's a blessing in disguise this period, because most people are out there trying to get their PVCs. And when I get to my polling unit, which I said earlier, 002 in Igbere, like I saw a lot of young guys, and I could see their passion. You get, like I heard someone say, but the last time you guys said you saw my PVC, why can't I pick it now? Like people were really out to pick their PVCs. And to make it more interesting, this INEC guys comes down to the world levels every day, aside Saturdays and Sundays. Like they work literally Mondays to Fridays. And you could see the passion where people really want to get at PVCs. Okay, and because they said politics is local, so I had to transfer my PVC from Lagos to my ward here in Abia State, so I could be able to to see what's really happening down here in my place. And I could tell you that most of the aged ones already have their PVCs, but the young guys who registered probably last year or thereabout are really out to get a PVC. And you can see them like you can see them like being so passionate with, it's not out yet, it will be out next month, and they're like, I want my PVC, I need to vote and all of that. So I'm really impressed with Nigerians and all of that. So that's my own experience here in Abia State.
All right, that's great. Thank you very much for sharing both your experiences with us. We hope that this will encourage more young people and older people as well. But it really does break my heart, from Blessing's account, to see that there are not a lot of young people that have gone out to get their PVCs. Elections are not won on social media. You have to go out into the streets and get these votes counting. We also would like to just quickly add, your final thoughts, to sort of encourage people to go out there and get the PVCs. And also, how would you say the disposition of the INEC officials have been? Duke, I believe you mentioned that the INEC officials have been coming every day from Monday through Saturday. Blessing, is that the same case in the ward where you got your PVC from?
Yes. So unlike his own, they come Mondays to Friday, but mine, they come Mondays to Saturdays in Lagos State. I guess maybe it's because the number of PVC registered voters are higher compared to other states. So I think, a lot of persons, a lot of youths that stay in Lagos have gone back to school ever since the call of the strike. So from my experience, or from what I heard from the INEC officials, most of these PVCs that are uncollected are for Nigerian youths. Most of them have gone back to school. So for some of them who are in school, they've not gotten their PVC.
Do either of you know people who have been there and couldn't find theirs?
Sorry?
I'm going to ask both of you now, Blessing and Duke. Do you know anyone who tried to get theirs, but, it wasn't found?
Well, I didn't experience that in my center. Every person that came there got theirs, except if you came there without your registration slip. They asked to log into the website they're about to generate it. Yeah. Something of that sort.
What about Duke? Do you know anyone who had tried to get theirs but couldn't find it?
Okay. To be honest, I think people who have their PVC or who theirs are out are the ones that enrolled for either lost, transfer, or I don't know. I think there are three categories. But the guys that did sometime July to January last year till July don't have the PVC. Almost everybody who I know, both here in United States and in Lagos. So when I talk to the INEC guys here in Bend, they made me understand that the new registered electorate, that the PVCs is not out yet, but it should be out this week. And I spoke with the INEC man yesterday, and he assured me that it will be out before Friday, and tomorrow is Friday already. So I think they need to speed up with the whole, getting the new registered electorate, their PVCs to be ready. Because as I speak to you now, the new PVCs, unless you did yours probably before June last year, but if you did from June to I think October or November, the PVC is not out here in Bend.
All right.
All right.
In 30 seconds, both of you, and I don't need to know who the person is. I want to find out. Have you yet made your decision on who you'd like to vote for? Or you're waiting to hear from more of the candidates to make your decision? It's 37 days to the election. I'll start with you, Blessing. Have you made your decision yet?
Of course. It was my decision that prompted me to get my PVC.
Great. And you, Duke?
Obviously, yeah, I have.
All right, well done. And see you at the polls. Well done and congratulations on exercising your right to vote.